Now watch this drive.
What's up, ballers? And let me hear you holler in those comments. Welcome to the Funky Flash finale. And you may be asking yourself, why would such a great series come to an end?
You might also be asking yourself, where'd you get that great new chair?
To answer the first question, unfortunately Cole is moving back home. We both went to college together and are roommates, and this is where the channel kind of comes to an end between videos of us. We'll probably be posting some more solo content. But,
Yes. Also, look forward to the HVH community highlight reel, as well
Smash highlight reel, of course.
as well as the video we've been teasing for some time about the connections between esports and basketball.
To answer the second question, this chair comes compliments of our other roommate Dom. Shoutouts to the homie. Now,
Honestly,
also
this chair
stay
is, like,
tuned. Stay tuned to
so
the end of this
comfy.
video, where we will be doing a quick trivia, where the winner will be crowned the king of HVH
That's
and the
true.
god of this channel.
That's very true.
Also, I would be exposing Cole at that moment. Now, to bring out the wizard mug one last time. And to crown me as the champion of rock, paper, scissors, we'll play one last time.
Are we 3-1 right now, or is it 2-1?
3-1?
Is it 3? Oh.
We're taking the L.
It's a salty
Bring it
sweet.
anyway.
It's a salty sweet. On shoot.
I'm shoot, of course.
Okay. Ready?
Yes. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I'm the god!
Son of a bitch. This man's went paper. That, you know, in rock, paper, scissors, going paper first in the professional community is considered a weak move.
That weak move just won.
Yeah.
Now,
but,
your first
but,
question, since
you
you're
know,
the big loser.
At what cost, Jacob?
What? Or, sorry, not what. Who is your favorite JoJo character, including the manga? Apparently this is a tougher question than I thought it was going to be. You have great options. You have great villains. You have Kira. You have Dio. You have great JoJos. You have Josuke. You have Johnny. You have Jotaro.
I'm gonna go with the dark horse candidate. Shigechi.
Shigechi. Nani?
You know, I really just appreciated his the compassion he had for his parents being so young and thrust into a situation like that. He really emphasizes the tragedy of your town being infected by evil people. His death, I think, hit the hardest for me out of anyone's in the entire series. And
R.I.P. Kakyoin.
I think, yeah, Kakyoin was a close second. In all seriousness, it's really tough to pin down a favorite character because all the parts are so different. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit and say that in part 5 it was Bruno, in part 4 it was Josuke, in part 6 it was Jolene, and in part 7 it was Gyro/Funny Valentine.
All right. Moving on.
I think I
Next
cheated
question.
more than I've ever cheated in a question. Oh, this is a good. I wish I had gotten this question. Who is your favorite NBA player to watch? Like, purely for entertainment value, right? Not just because, like. And please don't say LeBron. I'm gonna be so pissed.
Well, although LeBron is tempting because he is the complete basketball player, I think there are other players that I enjoy watching more. I'm going to throw out a couple candidates. Luka, super fun player to watch. He's got a very unique game. You know, he doesn't really have the athleticism that some of the other top players in the league have.
You know
He
what every
manages to
commentator
score.
says about every white player. Oh, he really plays at his own pace. At his own pace.
Second is a player on his own team, in Boban Marjanovic. Now, although Boban doesn't get too many minutes, when this man is on the court, his
It's must-watch TV.
it is must-watch basketball, guaranteed. However, this may come as a shock to some, but I know Cole's gonna hate this answer. I'm gonna go with Chris Paul. I really like watching Chris Paul because, to me, I really like watching facilitators on the basketball court, and he's just a pure point guard who facilitates very well and plays good defense. Also, I think it's really funny watching his on-court antics of him trying to get under other people's skin. Although that might be very annoying, especially going against your team.
The thing about Chris Paul and the antics, like, he's one of those players that if he's on your team, you're like, yeah, he's like doing what it takes to win. But when it comes to shit like earlier in the season where he like got Jordan Bell called out on not having his shirt tucked in, and there's a technical free throw that's
honestly, I find that stuff all like hilarious. I have no
when he's
skin
like
in the
locking
game.
Steph out of the gym, like all this bullshit that I'm like, it's just like annoying. It makes me not like you. And when it comes to facilitators on the court, I just think there are better ones. Like I enjoy watching Jokic more. I enjoy watching Steph more because I think Steph facilitates in a very unique way.
At home.
Okay, then I enjoy watching,
just messing around. Another good player,
watching Draymond more.
Damian Lillard, also very fun to watch.
Oh, actually though, Damian's fucking
must watch in the bubble. Same with TJ Warren.
Yeah. Same with TJ Warren.
Next, who is the most underrated player in the NBA?
Wow, that's another good one. I think recency bias. You could say someone like Devin Booker.
TJ Warren.
Devin Booker, who is absolutely lighting it up right now. Currently still undefeated. They have a game today, Tuesday, 8/11/2020, against the Sixers, a hobbled Sixers team, mind you. But they're going to be like 7-0, like in the bubble. That's crazy. I guess it depends on what your definition of underrated is, right? Because it's like, are you underrated as a role player and you actually have more of an impact than people think, or are you underrated as like the best player, and you could like make a huge impact depending on your situation? I think I'm gonna go with more of that category of underrated and say that Damian Lillard is actually the most underrated player in the league.
Interesting.
Because I don't think people often see Damian Lillard for what he is, which is currently the best point guard in the league, barring Steph being unhealthy, of course.
Of course.
But I'm thinking about the other point guards in the league, and I think it's really hard to dispute. Like Russell Westbrook.
Definitely not Russell Westbrook.
Definitely not Russell Westbrook. As great as he is, he can't shoot, which is,
important.
Very important as the guard, right? You can build a team around Russell Westbrook like there is right now, and you clearly see that he's very successful. But I think his playoff experience in the past and his lack of shooting and his general... I know you're going to want to say this, but sort of inconsistent approach to defense, especially in the playoffs, can be very detrimental. Damian Lillard, obviously not the best defender, but he's better than Kyrie, he's better than Russ, he's better than Kemba. He's just better than all the other point guards. And really, I think him and Steph, in terms of like impact on the court, are very, very similar. And I think you've seen what happens when Steph has, the right team built around him. I think the problem in Portland is that he hasn't necessarily... First of all, they haven't necessarily been healthy. Second of all, they haven't necessarily built around him the way they should have, based on his skill set.
A little bit of a long-winded answer, but take those.
I think that the point guard discussion in the NBA is really interesting. I think Dame does not get a lot of the credit that he deserves because he plays for a small market team. Ooh, is this the last question?
Yes, it is.
Well,
and then we're on to trivia.
This is actually a user-submitted question from Bobby Bavapwa.
Our last user-submitted question.
Our last user-submitted question of all time. No thanks to you, Madeline Mailer. Speaking of mail, fuck the mail. What's your favorite crazy thing about the Mariners in their long, storied history?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of funny stuff that's happened with the Mariners, but to be honest, as a Mariners fan, it's very tragic. It's just, every time you feel like the team is going to be good, you keep saying this year's going to be the year. It's never the year.
I genuinely think this year is the year.
This year is not the year.
No, it is.
Don't listen to him. He's not a true
They're crawling
Mariners
out
fan.
of the hole.
This is not the year. This is not the year.
Not a true Mariners fan.
The Mariners this year, their pitching staff is really young. They have really young players on the offensive side as well. However, we've shown we can hit the ball. We've shown our young offensive players are really coming out this year, and I think going forward that'll be really good. But our pitching staff is too young and inexperienced. We do not have a complete relievers or a complete relief pitching staff, and We're just going to need to sign someone in the offseason and hope those guys develop to compete. But the next 2 years, I think, will be really good once we get that. All right.
Now we're going to have to say goodbye to the Wizard Mug. 5 ever.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Now on to our last segment, which is the trivia segment to crown the king of HVH.
Yes.
We each have 5 questions here, and whoever can answer the most.
We haven't shared the questions with each other, and we don't know how hard the other person's questions are, so I feel like there's going to be some tomfoolery going on.
That is true. I'll let Noon go first.
Really? I guess since I've been so utterly humiliated in rock, paper, scissors.
You need it.
Alright. Here's question number 1 for me. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
During the 2007 playoffs, the San Antonio Spurs played which team in the Western Conference Finals en route to their 4th championship in 10 years?
Can you repeat that one more time?
During the 2007 playoffs, the San Antonio Spurs played which team in the Western Conference Finals en route to their 4th championship in 10 years?
I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Lakers.
That was wrong. Suck it.
Was it the Mavs?
No, actually, it was the Utah Jazz, featuring Deron Williams, rookie Paul Millsap, Derek Fisher, and Carlos Boozer.
Of course.
Funny, fun fact. I just thought this was an interesting playoffs, or kind of interesting because it was not very interesting. That Utah team was 500 going into the playoffs, and then the Spurs fought the LeBron-led Cavs in the final. So it was maybe one of the easiest championships of the 2000s for the Spurs.
All right.
Because they were just so much
Next question.
than all these teams. In part 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Battle Tendency, Joseph Joestar fights a German assassin in the desert on his way to save Speedwagon from the villainous Rudolf von Stroheim. What is his name?
Oh, man. I remember this fight, too. This guy hides behind a cactus, licks his knife, gets stuck with the cactus.
This fight is really short.
It's really stupid, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why I forgot his name.
I'll give you a hint. It is tangentially related to the answer of the last question.
Pass, I don't know.
It is actually Donovan. Sharing his name with
that's
Spider
right.
Mitchell.
Alright, next question.
Alright, question number 3. This one you might be able to get. What is the type of triangle that has 3 differently sized lines?
Oh god, bring me back to geometry.
Oh, yes.
It's not isosceles. It is... Alright, pass, I don't know.
It's the scalene triangle.
Of course. I was never very good at geometry.
Alright, question 4. Oh man, this is the hard question too. The seminal piece of Russian literature, Lolita, which drew massive controversy from its original publication, was written by which author?
I have no idea.
Vladimir Nabokov.
Okay, next question. I'm getting 0 out of 5, I already know.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender, Uncle Iroh describes lightning as the cold-blooded form of firebending, and he developed a way to redirect it, applying principles from which nation?
The Water Nation.
Yes, sir! That is
1 for 5! Let's go! Alright. There is no way Cole's gonna get 1 for 5 on these questions, and if he does, he will be sorely exposed.
It's true, and it's very possible. I have 0 faith in my trivia
questions
abilities.
are much easier than Cole. First question. Who is the Mariners' starting third baseman? Because Cole is such a great Mariners fan.
Oh, man. Are they all Mariners questions?
No.
Oh, me and Alex were just talking about this when we were watching.
Easy question.
I know, shut up.
Compared to yours.
Pass.
Pass? Oh! The answer is Kyle Seager, of course. Next question.
That was my 4th guess.
Who is the starting quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, he got it right.
That's 1 out of 5. We're tied, minimum.
The next question. What is California's state bird? For the Californian himself.
We have one?
Every state has a bird.
A bird?
Yeah.
Is it the quail?
The correct answer is the California quail. So yes!
Let's go!
Very lucky guess.
I think
Next
that
question.
was somewhere in the deep recesses of my brain.
Who has the most turnovers in NBA history?
Oh. Like, just like volume or like per person who handles the ball for this percentage?
Volume.
Just most turnovers ever.
Yes.
That's actually a really interesting question. I kind of my heart says Russell Westbrook. But I don't want to go there. Who turns the ball? It's got to be some like old firm.
It's got to be some
I guess I'm just gonna go Russell Westbrook. It's too many. I can't.
Not even close. The correct answer is Karl Malone, followed closely in
Actually.
second by LeBron James.
Actually, I would have
And
never guessed Karl Malone.
My last question for Cole. What is Stephen Curry's middle name? This will prove if Cole is a true Warriors fan.
Bean.
The correct answer is actually Stephen. Stephen Curry's first name is actually Wardell, named after his father.
Oh fuck! I did know that.
What a Warriors fan, folks!
No, because
And that finishes up the trivia. Technically, I lost,
Do you know why I know that?
but
It's
Cole has
because
been exposed.
the stupid commentator,
Exposed.
Bob, always says Wardell Stephen Curry on the court.
You should have known.
I just was always
And
like,
that wraps up the Funky Flash Friday series. Thank you to all of our viewers who have watched this series. Thanks for tuning in today.
I'm so sad to see it go, dude.
Hoops Variety Hour, signing out.
And don't comment questions. We're not gonna answer them.